As morning commutes go, Doug Simpson's is unique to say the least. His vehicle of choice is this swift Greenland-style kayak, one of many he's designed. He drops it into the water at 6:30 on this morning near Jericho and begins his serene and self-propelled journey to the heart of the city, False Creek.
It's a good beginning. The day starts on the water. I look at the weather, I look at the water, and I look at the sky and the relationship of it all, and it's blissful out there actually. And I paddle towards town, and once I get to Vanier, that's time for breakfast. And I open up my little bag and I pull out my fruit and I have it and I watch things happen. I might start thinking about work at that point, but not until then. I'm just blissing out. So that's my beginning.
Actually, that's his commute 3 days a week. Other days are also self-propelled, on a bike, pulling his dog Bailey in a trailer. The factory on Granville Island employs 15 multi-skilled workers who build the frames and manufacture all the components to build Feathercraft's lightweight, rugged, seaworthy folding kayaks. They sew and weld, yes weld, the high-tech urethane skins to make them totally watertight. We can't show you the welding machine because it's proprietary, developed by Feathercraft.
We had to start with existing welding equipment and existing fabrics and come out with new fabrics and new welding equipment to make this whole thing work. There's no emissions. It's a completely clean process, totally welded, stronger than gluing, no stitch holes. You know, it always upset me, our old skins. We had thousands of stitch holes in the deck, and then people would have to run their seam sealer over these things. That's no way to make a boat. It was primarily function. We wanted a boat that didn't leak, and a boat that wasn't messy to make in terms of the technology. But it's enabled us to make a much cleaner boat because there's none of this seam business that we used to have. So it's a cleaner line. It's pure.
They're pure, they're totally watertight, and they're folding kayaks. They can be assembled or taken apart in 15 to 20 minutes. They come in a backpack, and at around 40 pounds, they're easily backpackable. Their design and featherweight functionality have made them hugely popular in many parts of Europe and Asia, where people really use public transportation to get around and need compact recreational equipment. The key here is the frame, in a near constant state of evolution over 3 decades.
These boats are used all over the world, and they're used in some fairly extensive expeditions. When you get the boat, which is in a backpack, these bars are all connected with shock cord like a tent. And so you take it out and you kind of shake it, and they just sort of assemble themselves almost. And then you put in these 2 cross ribs here, and that gives you a bow section. And you repeat the same with the stern section. And then I'm just going to move back to here. There's bars here, and they're what we call extension bars. And what they do is you put the stern in the skin and the bow in the skin, and these bars you then stretch apart. And that gives you the tension on the skin in a longitudinal way.
Then there's the basic concept of a skin-on-frame kayak, developed over centuries by the Inuit, who hunt in them in heavy seas.
If you're in a rolling sea or even a rough sea, some of the wave is absorbed by the flex, and that keeps you. Not only does it feel good, it keeps the boat steadier. You can just carry on your course, and a rigid boat would get pushed aside.
Doug Simpson has been an avid kayaker for 50 years. That's one reason his designs keep evolving. He goes on intense expeditions, summer and winter, to see if his kayaks will stand up to the test. In fact, he's leaving for one tomorrow. He's designed a system that enables him to sail his kayaks upwind in heavy seas. So with some friends, he's sailing a few of his Feathercraft kayaks from Japan to Taiwan.